Visitor lies dead in one of the 6 rooms of Brindabella homestead, killed with one of 6 possible weapons. Your task is to solve the crime. There are 6 suspects, but which one is the killer? Could it be Mrs. Peacock, owner of Brindabella? Perhaps Colonel Mustard? Or the Reverend Green? Can it be Professor Plum? What about Miss Scarlet? Or Mrs. White? You'll be assisted in your investigation by the intrepid Detective Sergeant Bogon. And now your host for Cluedo, Ian McFadden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, and welcome to another game of Cluedo. We've got 100 would-be detectives in our audience who are anxious to try and solve a crime. We're going to show them the events leading up to a murder, and they're going to try and deduce who was the murderer, what was the weapon, and in which room of the house was the crime committed. And the first person to lock the correct combination into our master computer will win this fantastic holiday from Continental Holidays.
Tonight's Cluedo winner will receive a holiday for 2 flying Continental to Hong Kong and Guam. Spend 4 exciting nights at Hong Kong's famous Majestic Hotel and discover the Orient on a free full-day sightseeing tour. Then on to Guam, staying 3 unforgettable nights at the Pacific Islands Club. Cluedo prizes are proudly brought to you by Continental Holidays, the Value Holiday Special.
Wow. Now that is an exciting prize. But now, let's get on with the game. You know that the murderer was one of these 6 people. And you know the crime was committed in one of these 6 rooms in the house. Now let's quickly review the possible weapons. And you might want to write these down. A tie, a gold-painted brick, an antique pistol, a nasty bayonet, some rat poison, and a knitting needle. But now to the murder itself. Stand by your magnifying glasses as we cross to Brindabella, which is all abuzz with the arrival of a buzz.
A smile on your doll goes the extra mile. Come on. A smile on the doll goes the extra mile.
And now you're talking my kind of language.
Glad you made it.
Hey, how about a hug for an old halfback on the way back?
Right. I'm so glad you've come. Vivian, this is Buzz Bradshaw. Buzz is a multi-millionaire who was the guest speaker at the seminar Winning Starts at the Beginning, set last week.
Oh, so that's your little catchcry.
A smile on the dog goes the extra mile.
Personally, I like to go the extra mile as often as possible.
Buzz is getting bored of the chat show circuit, so I invited him here for a weekend off.
You'll love Brindabella.
I love it already. Hey, Pete, why don't you take my bags on upstairs? Oh, and put your tie on. Hey, Jeff. Is you all ready? Yo, sweetheart.
What a man. He just oozes power. I find wealth such an aphrodisiac. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Vivian. I'm just so preoccupied with my poor, dear husband.
He's not sick again. How tedious.
It gets worse every day. I just can't keep up this constant care, and I hate the thought of putting him in a convalescent home. Oh, I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel I'm just crying out for help and nobody cares.
Of course we care.
Do you think I should put him in a home, Vivian?
I'd love to stay and chat, but I want to change and see some more of Buzz. He's so dynamic.
Typical.
47 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list.
And modesty's for the mediocre. So I'll tell you something else. My Winning Starts with Beginning cassette is in more homes throughout the world than Michael Jackson's Thriller album. And I gotta tell you, that chokes me up, because I am a huge fan of Michael's.
Oh, Ah, here's my darling stepmother. Good morning.
The pleasure is all mine. Buzz Bradshaw III.
Mrs. Peacock. Oh, don't be so stuffy. Her name's Elizabeth.
Oh, well, that's an easy enough name to remember.
It's a very common name.
Oh, not so common in the US of A. You are from the USA, aren't you?
That was a very long time ago.
Oh, we should get together sometime and shoot the breeze, eh?
Yes, I'd love to. But I'm rather busy right now. And this is the library. Oh, Mike, I didn't know you were here. Buzz Bradshaw III, Colonel Mike Mustard.
Colonel. It's always good to meet a fellow vet. Where'd you earn your stripes? Korea?
Vietnam.
Oh, I served in that too.
Yes, I've got a feeling you might have met.
I call them the 3 Ps. Be positive, be persuasive, and be persistent. You follow that formula, and the whole world is your oyster. And let me tell you, there ain't no oyster tastes sweeter than that.
Isn't he dynamic?
You see this brick? This goddamn insignificant gold brick. I tell you, you make a path to where you want to go in life. And by the time you get there, all you'll have is gold. You can have one of these babies for $99.95 if you want. My buddy Pete asked me here because he wants to be a millionaire. It is a lesson I can teach any one of you people, but you got to feel it here. You got to have a grunt inside your gut, screaming, I want to be rich.
Oh, hey, Dan.
You're all right, Elizabeth. You seem a little tense.
Tense? Me? How silly.
Oh, I see you're admiring one of Mrs. Peacock's beautiful antiques.
Yeah, it's kind of cute, but I question its relevance to the 90s. Too many people are locked in the past. I gotta tell you, Elizabeth, that's what all this old stuff is screaming out to me.
Oh, stuff. Those were the treasured belongings of my late husband.
Yeah, I appreciate your emotional involvement, but, look, the past is the present's liability. We have got to make the present the down payment for the future.
But surely there are more important things in life than money. I mean, if the God had wanted us all to...
Whoa, time out, Padre. Let me tell you who my best friend is. Jesus Christ. He's standing right there beside me, watching over me, ready to give me a kick in the butt whenever I need it. I'm telling you, Jesus is rooting for me. Now, look, you put a smile on that dial and practice your 3 Ps, and I'll give you a church that'll make the Vatican look like the corner store. Now, how could God have a gripe about that?
Luncheon is served.
No, Chalky. Mike Mustard. Good, mate. Listen, do you remember that American artillery unit in Vietnam? Yep, that's the one. Could you find out the name of the commanding officer for me, please? I think I might be able to settle the score. Excuse me. Buzz, I gather you got your start in toothbrush holders.
Oh, let's not talk about the past. Oh, it's so dull. Let's make a toast. Here's to the future.
You know, Clem, I gotta tell you, I love being an American. We were the first to be on the moon, first to colorize old motion pictures, and the first to think of toothbrush holders. Whatever we do, the rest of the world follows.
The rest of the world suffers the consequences.
How's that, Colonel?
But why don't you tell them about that other favorite American pastime? Carpet bombing.
They bomb carpets?
God help anybody on your flank. Because your lot would come in with your planes and your artillery and you'd flatten everything. Friend and foe alike. The dirty dishes, Mrs. White.
Thank you very much.
Isn't he a fascinating character?
I would use different words myself. What about money-grubbing manipulator? He's poisoned this entire household with his ridiculous ideas.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh.
Oh, he's so obsessed with getting rich, he's forgotten the basic human values. It is a poisonous philosophy.
Mrs. White, I think if you listen to what the man is saying, there is a lot of sense.
Oh, nothing makes sense to me at the moment. I'm so preoccupied with my poor dear husband.
Surely God would want us to explore our potential. I mean, think of the parable of the talents.
Oh, He needs care for 24 hours a day.
He won't mind if we strive for success, surely.
Oh, Reverend Green, I need your advice. What should I do?
Oh, Mrs. White, think of the 3 P's. Be positive, be persistent, and be
Persuasive?
persuasive. Oh, and remember, a smile on your dial goes that extra mile.
If you can fight fire with fire, you can fight poison with poison.
But could it be that our friend Buzz is about to walk that extra mile? We'll be back with more information after this short break.